So, you want to create your own iRacing liveries, but you don't have any artistic talent and you don't really know how to use Photoshop, or maybe you don't even have Photoshop, or maybe you don't have anything else, okay? But you really, really want a professional looking um, livery design for iRacing. So you've got a couple of choices. You can go and find someone that can do it for you, and it will cost you some money, or you can grab what I'm calling Template Plus, which allows you to create a gajillion, and I can't think of a better word, a gajillion amount of different types of liveries within the same livery template. And I'll show you what I mean by that. This is the default template as it will come to you. But the cool thing is you can change all the colours in this, you can change all of the carbon fibre in this, and you can change all of the spec maps as well. So if you've heard of people talking about spec maps and you're like, oh my god, I can't possibly make spec maps, they're way too crazy, way too difficult. Worry not, I've put 5 specific templates for spec maps in here as well, and 4 different types of carbon fibre, and you can even, if you really want to go this far, you can even change the background of the car to naked carbon fibre, just like the Formula 1 teams, save a bit of weight, and maybe even find an extra couple of tenths of a second a lap. That's not actually true. But anyway, the point is, you can do whatever you like within the template itself. There's so much stuff to do in the template. So let me take you through it. How do you change stuff? What does it look like? What do you get for your money? And remember, this is on my Patreon page, link in the description, for just £10. And that gives you the PSD, it gives you all of the MIP files, which are the spec maps, it gives you all of the other TGA files that you can just simply upload to Trading Paints and run yourself if you can't be bothered. Or maybe you don't even have any paint shop skills whatsoever. You can still run all of those as well. The best part about it, though, is the PSD file, which I've got on screen. There's also full instructions in there, and support is provided on Discord if you need it as well. So let's get into the actual template itself and what you can change and what we can do for it. I'll show you what it looks like once we've actually saved it, and I'll put on the default spec map which I've got in here, which is set to satin matte. So you can see down the side here we've got mid gloss, full gloss, chrome, metallic, and satin matte. Or you could just leave it alone and it will use the default gloss version as well. So I'm just going to save that into my iRacing right now, and I've already saved this particular one. We'll just make sure it's saved already. So this is the default template, default set of colours. So this is what it looks like when you come to it. If you just uploaded this, this is what it would look like, okay? So it's a pretty cool file. It's for the Super Formula Lights on this particular occasion. There will be other templates later on. If you're watching this later on in the year, you probably check out the Patreon. There's probably others on there already. But this is the standard one for the Super Formula Lights. It's called Panther. It's kind of Pink Panther-ish, I guess. Kind of, sort of, where it came from. And it's fully customizable. So what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, you can change all the colours. You can change all of the carbon fibre. So you can see the carbon fibre on here. You can see the weave in there. You can see it all in the front end. It's all underneath, it's all in here, and it's all in the rear end as well inside. And you can change all of those. You can also change all of the decals that are already on it. These are very standard decals. Tom's is the engine supplier for Super Formula Lights. There's a Super Formula Lights logo. There's also the tyre supplier and Delara, who actually supplied the chassis in real life. And then there's also my logo on the front. You don't have to keep any of these. You can delete them. Or if the chassis, if the livery colour you've changed is really dark, you can use the white ones. But what happens if it's really light? Well, good news. You can also change to a separate decal layer, which I've already prepared, which has all the dark versions of the same logos in there as well. So loads of really cool stuff in terms of what you can change. And you can even just take them all off if you really wanted to. And more excitingly, if you've got no skills artwork whatsoever in Paint Shop or Photoshop or Photopea or wherever you're going to use this GIMP as well, you can literally add your own logos anywhere on the car and then just put the car inside Trading Paint. So it's a really fast way of making your own livery. So let's try a few and show you exactly what they look like. So this is the standard default. You could run this if you really wanted to. It's just there to show you what it looks like, okay? However, simple changes, okay? In the folder itself of colour changing, let's start with that one. There are 6 different layers. Okay, the bottom 2 I'll come back to in a minute. One's naked carbon fibre and one's the base paint itself. And there are 4 colour changing areas. They all relate to the particular colours that are on screen. So the colour 4 is the purple. So you can see we can turn it on and off. Now, you could decide, actually, I want more white on my car. So, okay, we just turn it off then. And it looks like that. So we've got more white on the car now. And there's no purple at all. Could be that actually you don't like both stripes. You only want to keep one stripe. Well, okay then, go in here, turn off colour 3. and it's modular, so they will always work no matter how many you use. Okay? So there's the two colours. It might be that you actually just decide, do you know what? I just want that one. I don't want anything else. So we disable another colour. So now we've only got one colour on here, which is just the stripe, and that's all we've got. Fantastic. Just use that one then. But it could be that actually you go, well, that's quite nice, and actually I want the other colour as well. So bring the other one back, and then you've got two different stripes on there, but it's all white. It could be that you actually go, well, all right, I want a black background. Well, okay, go to the base paint colour and paint this one black. And save that one instead. So every time you save these, literally it's taking you seconds to change the livery and make it a completely different livery from what it was before. It could also be that you decide, actually, I don't like black, but I really like that naked carbon fibre all the F1 teams are using. Well, great. I've left that in here as well. You've got a whole page of naked carbon fibre. All you do to enable it is turn off the base paint. Save it. And now it's carbon fibre. It's all naked carbon fibre, except for, of course, the stripes. And, of course, the inside head protection area, which wouldn't be carbon fibre anyway. So how sick is that? You've just created your own livery. And you can save this as a TGA file, upload it to Trading Paints, and race it within seconds. And away you go. Really easy. Really easy. We'll turn the base paint back on for a moment, just so I can show you exactly what's going on in the paint itself. So that's in the colour changing area. We've also got preset spec maps. Okay. So if we had this originally, if I save this and we go back to our original, you can see the original. This has got a satin matte effect. Effectively, it's very similar to like what Ferrari and Red Bull run in Formula 1. But what's to say you want to make that metallic? Well, you go to your spec map folder and make sure you've only enabled one of these because it won't work otherwise. Just enable metallic. Save that as a spec map. Boom. You've now got a metallic version of the Pink Panther. How cool is that? Proper metallic. And then you might go, well, actually, I want that to be like a sick chrome, not just metallic, sick chrome. Well, okay, enable the chrome layer then, and then now you've got a chrome version of it. It might be that you just go, actually, metallic's not for me. I just want it to be nice and glossy, really nice and glossy. Again, full gloss is in here, so you can see lovely shine on there. Full gloss. It might be, I like the gloss, but I don't want it to be quite that glossy. Well, we've got mid gloss in here as well. So 5 different spec maps. And the files, the MIP files themselves, there you go, there's the mid-gloss. All 5 files are also in a separate folder. So if you just want to use those without having to go into the PSD, you can use those on their own as well. And they'll directly upload into Trading Paints every time you put a paint up. Just remember which one you want to use, though, because if you put the wrong one up, your car will look weird in-game. So that's the spec maps. Likewise, you can also change all the carbon fibre on the car. So there are 4 different layers for the carbon fibre. Right now, we've got the standard right weave. I'll show you what that looks like in the game. So right now, you'll see this right weave here, this carbon fibre. It's all in the little parts here. And you'll see that, actually, it doesn't match the carbon fibre that's on the car, which is a square weave, okay? So if you want to match the carbon fibre that's on the square part of the car, you can do that. I've put in here square weave. So just enable the square weave, turn off the right weave, and save the file in the TGA, and come back, and there it is, all matched out to exactly the same. So you can, and that'll go all the way around the car. Everywhere that there's carbon fibre, it will change it where it can. Obviously, it doesn't change it on the parts on the car that you can't change. But for everything else, it's matched them, so it's seamless onto the side of the body. Or it could be that you actually go, I like that diamond carbon fibre the Ferrari has. Well, we've got that one in here as well. So the larger diamonds. There you go. And then it might be also that you just go, do you know what? I actually hate all that carbon fibre crap. I just want it to be black. Well, that's fine as well. No carbon black. Enable that layer, and then everywhere that there was carbon fibre before, it's just a nice flat matte black, rounded off on the rest of the car. Same inside. So you can have it however you want it to be, and however you want it to look. You can decide all the different carbon fibre, and you can also decide all the different parts of the spec map. And then finally, we've got the decals folder, which has got the decals in light or dark. So again, as I said earlier on, you can change between the two. You might find actually you like the darker version. Well, that's fine too. You can just use those. So there's the darker version on the lighter car. It could be that you just go, actually, I don't want any decals on my car. Well, okay, then turn them all off and save that one. And now you won't have any decals. It will just be whatever you want to put on the car. And that's fine too. Likewise, at the back, you'll see that it's got a number plate. This is actually from the Super Formula lights as well. It's how it is in Japan with the sponsor on it. Again, I've toggled it on and off on the rear. Just toggle it on and off. You can turn it off anytime you want. And you can also paint it so you can match the rest of the car if you want. So there's it turned off. And if we turn it back on, we can also change the colours. So we can decide actually we want it to blend in with the rest of the colour of the car. And maybe we want to pick out the purple, that it's already purple on the back. And you can do that as well. There you go. Changed. While still retaining all the shape and the colours on underneath. So you can make that pretty much whatever you want. So there are millions and millions and millions of combinations about how you want to put this together and how you want to do. If you're stuck and you need inspiration though, I've also included all of the presets in here as well. So in the presets themselves, there are gold and black, silver and black, orange and black, yellow and green, blue and white, and red, grey and white. I'll give you an example of what they all look like. This is the red, grey and the white. You literally just turn off the other layers and enable one layer and save it as a TGA. Simple as that. Boom. Brand new livery, completely different to the pink one. Completely different. Now it has the mid-gloss on it, but again, you might go, actually, I want to combine that and I want to make that metallic instead. Okay, then enable the metallic spec map, save that one. Boom, completely different contrast of car. Your choice, how you want it to look. Still got the carbon fibre on it. Again, you can change that if you wanted to. We've now got this lovely metallic version of all the colours on there. It looks completely different to how we had it on the pink car. And again, I've also included in the presets, so you can go through the presets, the same folder structure. So again, if you decided, well actually I want the reds to match, I don't want them to be dark and light, I'd rather the two reds were exactly the same colour. Well, copy the colour on colour 4 and change that over and put it on the other colour, which is colour 3 in this case. So they match. Or it could be that you don't want that at all and actually you want to do it so that it links in. So now you've got a completely red and black car. Again, it's your choice. Completely your choice. And again, we've created something completely different from what we had earlier. Completely different. And then we actually decide, actually, you know what? I want the decals back now, but I need the light ones because the dark ones aren't going to cut it on there. So we had the light ones back. How cool does that look? That's freaking awesome. And I've just messed around and done that in the presets. All right? And then you say, actually, I've done that one now. I've raced that one for a few weeks. I want something a bit different. All right? Well, let's go with blue then. So we go with blue, but it's got a metallic blue to it. Look, how cool is that? And then you decide, well, actually, I'm a bit sick of the metallic. Well, okay, then go back to your spec maps, choose a different finish. We'll go with satin matte this time. And again, it's instantaneous. It takes seconds to change it. And there's a beautiful blue set of colours. Completely different to what we had before. Completely different to the pink one. And again, you can turn off and on some of these layers. And they're all in there. Again, you go through and you could say, actually, I'm going to change that one and make more white on it. So now we've got more white on the car. So there's the middle parts have all gone. So it's much cleaner now. And again, you might then decide, actually, I don't like white. Why has it always got to be a white background? It doesn't. You can change that whenever you want. We can change it to black right now. Boom, changed. And then you might go, well, actually, the blue doesn't really work now with that. So actually, I don't want the blue as well. Well, again, okay. Go back into your paint, turn that layer off, save it. Seconds later, completely different car. Your choice, literally your choice of how you want it to look, including all of the presets. And then a couple of months later, you've got bored with that one. So now you want to go and do some silver or some gold, right? So the gold's pretty cool. This is gold and black. It's in the presets right now. It obviously isn't black and gold right now. But of course, you're going to need a spec matte. So we go over here, we enable chrome. Turn off the satin matte. Hit the spec matte. Boom. Beautiful gold. Lovely high metallic chrome, metallic gold. And that's your livery. Add your logo to anywhere else you want on there as well, because I've left the wireframe in here as well. So as long as you put anything above spec maps or you put it in decals, so if you put your decals in the decals folder, and you put them anywhere on here. Use the wireframe. You can place them wherever you want. Perfectly fine. And you can add them in at any time. And then turn the wire off before you export, and also make sure you turn off the spec map, obviously, as well. And that's it. Hundreds, thousands, millions, trillions, gazillions, brontoillions of different ways of making one livery look completely different. And you can do it in seconds, and it costs you a tenner. Link in the description.